This broadcast is a presentation of Wcxo Sports. High school basketball's coming up on Max 96.7. This broadcast is a presentation of Wcxo Sports. Wcxo Sports is brought to you by the Benoff Insurance Agency in Breeze and Trenton, Breeze Dental Care, K&J Chevrolet, Reverman Chiropractic and Spinal Rehabilitation and Breeze Motor Sales, Southern Bus and Mobility, Kaskaskia College, the First National Bank of Carlisle, Reekman Brothers John Deere, Southern OBGYN Associates, St. Joseph Hospital Breeze, Med Plus Physical Medicine and Brett's Wildlife Lodge, Legacy Place, State Farm Insurance Agent Steve Klosterman and Hardy's locations in Breeze and Carlisle, Breeze Family Vision, Tempo Bank, Country Financial Representatives Keith Wilkin and Teresa Richards, and Area CC Food Marts.
To the podcast. I am Greg Meyer here from the Dairy King broadcast booth here this evening as we get ready for the number 5 team in Class 2A, the Teutopolis Wooden Shoes, paying a visit to the unranked in Class 3A Breeze Central Cougars here this evening. Greg Meyer here once again from the Dairy King broadcast booth. My statistician alongside me tonight is Dylan Meyer here for the first official regular season game between these two teams outside of the Thanksgiving tournaments. Cougars enter tonight's game with a 2-2 record. The Wooden Shoes, who made the hour and 15-minute trip down I-70, are 4-0 entering tonight's game. We're going to take our first commercial break here of the evening on the Spectrum Business pregame show. When we come back, we're going to break down this matchup a little bit between the Teutopolis Wooden Shoes and the Central Cougars. You're listening to high school basketball here on Max 96.7.
Sound familiar? A flat tire in the middle of nowhere? Car keys locked in the car? Or a battery that needs a jump start? You're stranded on the side of the road and need emergency roadside assistance to get your car moving. Call Benoff Insurance in Breeze and Trenton about roadside rescue coverage from Beacon Insurance that's available to everyone who has a personal auto policy with Beacon Insurance. Roadside rescue will save your day with 24/7 roadside assistance at no extra cost to you if you have comprehensive coverage. Call Benoff Insurance, your Beacon Insurance agency, today at 526-4888.
Hi, I'm Dr. Tim Draghi, a general dentist from Breeze, Illinois, who sedates patients with pills. I treat a lot of patients who have not been to the dentist in 10 to 20 years. Most had a bad experience as a child. Others are embarrassed to go or are concerned the dentist will scold them. We know these feelings are real and believe in listening to your problems and concerns. I will do all of this without putting you down or making you feel guilty. My team and I want to make a difference in the way you feel about dentistry. Please call me, Dr. Tim Draghi, at 526-2020 to schedule an appointment, or look at our website at breezedentalcare.com, where sedation dentistry is an option for you to take care of your teeth without anxiety.
New in 2017, Dr. Draghi and Dr. Santel are in-network providers with many insurance companies. New patients are welcome and most emergencies seen immediately. If you are looking for a happy dental home and would like to talk to the insurance coordinator about your insurance options, Breeze Dental Care would be glad to help. Call 526-2020.
Is the all-new Chevy Silverado the right truck for you? Hi, Colby Voss at K&J Chevrolet in Carlisle. The all-new Chevy Silverado has the comfort and conveniences you expect from a Chevy, plus the performance and handling you need. We have several new trucks to choose from, and if we don't have it, we'll find it for you. Stop by K&J Chevrolet and drive a Silverado and see for yourself what a tremendous value we offer and what the hype is all about. K&J Chevrolet in Carlisle, just west of town on Old Route 50. Chevrolet, find new roads.
A Shell expert is underwater to demonstrate the importance of protection. My partner will play your engine, menaced by performance-robbing gunk, and playing the engine gunk, 3 man-eating sharks. Don't worry, folks. His shark cage represents Shell nitrogen-enriched gasolines. Release the sharks! All 3 grades of Shell nitrogen-enriched gasolines act as a barrier that helps shield and protect critical engine parts. So go ahead, folks. Protect your engine with Shell nitrogen-enriched gasolines.
Fill up at your area clean and convenient CC Food Mart locations. Southern Bus and Mobility is your Brawnability dealer in Breeze. Brawnability features the broadest lineup of wheelchair-accessible vehicles with more brands, entry types, features, and price points than any other manufacturer in the industry. See for yourself at Southern Bus and Mobility why a new or certified pre-owned wheelchair-accessible Brawnability vehicle is the only way to go. Call 526-4131 or stop by just east of Breeze on Old Route 50.
It's Max 96.7.
Welcome back to the Dairy King broadcast booth here this evening. Dairy King with locations in Breeze and Trenton, Illinois. Greg Meyer here once again. Dylan Meyer alongside here to do the stats as the Teutopolis Wooden Shoes and the Central Cougars get ready to square off here this evening in a boys basketball affair here tonight at Central High School. The Wooden Shoes tonight and the Cougars, much of the same tale of the tape from last year to this year. Both teams graduated 7 players from a team a year ago. Last year, the Cougars won a regional championship for the first time in Class 3A, and the Wooden Shoes won a regional last year as well. So both teams are trying to rebuild and reload is what they call it around here, quicker for both these two blue blood programs in Southern Illinois. The Shoes enter tonight's game. They're ranked number 5 in Class 2A in the preseason poll. They have lived up to the billing so far in the preseason poll. They are 4-0. They played in the Lawrenceville Capital Classic Thanksgiving tournament. Head coach Jason Hansen is in his 3rd year as the head coach of the Wooden Shoes. He has compiled a 53-11 record over his first 2 seasons. As I mentioned, they played in the Lawrenceville Capital Classic Thanksgiving tournament. In their pool, they defeated Marshall 60-33. They beat Fairfield 58-43 on Friday. On Saturday, they beat Lawrenceville 79-37 to win their pool. And then that night, they beat a ranked Mount Carmel team 72-70 in overtime to win the Lawrenceville Capital Classic Championship. So the Shoes, very battle-tested, entering their 5th game of the season, have played a very good schedule coming into this evening's game against the Cougars. I mentioned the Shoes graduated 7 kids from last year's team. 5 of them were starters. So now there'll be a new look for the Wooden Shoes this year coming out, and a couple of guys that are looking to lead the way for this ball club. A 6'1 senior who wears number 34, Lee Hardick, and another guy who's out there as well, a 6'5 junior number 10, Dawson Smith, are the 2 guys that are going to be looking to score the basketball for the Wooden Shoes quite a bit here entering tonight's game. The Shoes as a whole score 67 points per game, give up about 46 points per game on the young season. On the other side for the Central Cougars, they entered tonight's game with a 2-2 record. They played in the St. Anthony Eppingham Thanksgiving tournament last week. Head coach Jeremy Schubert is in his 5th season already as the head coach. Schubert is 103-25 over his first 4 seasons as the head coach. As I mentioned, the Cougars played in the Eppingham St. Anthony's Thanksgiving tournament last week. They went 2-2 in the tournament. They lost to Champaign St. Thomas More 63-57, a game they blew an 11-point halftime lead and fell 55-50 to Mattoon as well last week, but then beat in a 58-45 defeat and Okaw Valley 68-41. The Cougars wound up finishing 7th out of a possible 8 teams at St. Anthony's. Much like the Shoes, the Cougars graduated 7 players from last year's. Well, 4 starters. 2 guys are key cogs from last year's team. Jack Streaker, Colby Schulte, both of those guys, 4-year letterman in starting under Jeremy Schubert since he took over the program for longtime head coach Stan Eagleson. The Cougars' new look, though, they're going to look to the guy that does have some experience coming back, Tyler Josie, leads the team at 16 points per game. The 6'9" senior center, Simon Thomas, at 10 points per game as well, are the top 2 dogs on the team for the Cougars so far through 4 games. The Cougars are scoring about 58 points per game and giving up 51 points per game on the young season. We're going to take another commercial break here on the Spectrum Business pregame show. When we come back, we're going to have your Keys Brothers Realty and Auction Company starting lineups, followed by your hometown proud Carlisle IJ opening tip-off. You're listening to high school basketball on Max 96.7.
Companies are hiring again. That's good news. Bad news, you don't have the skills they're looking for. Kaskaskia College can fix that. KC's welding technology program can set you up with the skills industries are looking for. More good news, classes are available at KC's Trenton Center or Crisp Technology Center. Call Sean Morris at 545-3406. The demand is there, the pay is there. Where are you? Kaskaskia College, your future starts here.
Reekman Brothers Farm Equipment has locations in Oakville, Centralia, and Breeze. Riekman Brothers sells the finest John Deere tractors, plus lawn and garden equipment and accessories. Riekman Brothers has been a part of the farming industry for over 83 years. Call Riekman Brothers for farm machinery and farmland auction services. 243-6186. Riekman Brothers, your John Deere dealer.
When you put money in our bank, you started a chain reaction. We made an auto loan. A local car dealer sold a car. A car salesman got a commission. His wife bought groceries. The checker at the supermarket got a paycheck. You made that happen. Thanks. The First National Bank in Carlisle. A better way to bank. Member FDIC. Visit us online at 1nbcarlisle.com.
Reverman Chiropractic in Breeze would like to say thank you to our patients, staff, and local healthcare professionals for their continued support and cooperation as we celebrate 10 years in business. At Reverman Chiropractic, our focus is to work with you, the patient, and your other healthcare providers to deliver the best and most effective care possible. Please take advantage of our evening and weekend hours and call 526-4700 to schedule an appointment with Dr. Craig Reverman or Dr. Travis Isaac.
Max 96.7.
Welcome back here to the Dairy King broadcast booth with Dairy King with locations Breeze, Trenton, Illinois. Greg Meyer here. Let's take a look at your Keys Brothers Realty and Auction Company starting lineups here this evening. We'll start with the road team on the scoreboard. The Teutopolis Wooden Shoes will be supporting their road dark blue uniforms with the gold lettering and the white trim. The Shoes number 5 in Class 2A, 4-0 entering tonight's game, and are the Lawrenceville Capital Classic Thanksgiving Tournament champions. Here is the starting lineup for head coach Jason Hansen. We'll go 6'1 senior guard number 34. That's Lee Hardick. He'll go 5'11 senior number 22, Landon Jansen. He'll go 5'10 senior number 12, Colin Creek. He'll go 6'5 senior number 24, Eric Kremer. And 6'5 junior number 10 is Dawson Smith. That is the Teutopolis Wooden Shoes starting lineup. They are 4-0. Head coach is Jason Hansen, who is in his third year as head coach. His assistants are Grant Keller and Mike Walker. On the other side, the Central Cougars will be the home team on the scoreboard here tonight and supporting their home white uniforms with purple lettering and black trim. The Cougars enter tonight's game with a 2-2 record. They finished 7th in the St. Anthony's Effingham Thanksgiving Tournament. Head coach Jeremy Schubert is in his 5th season as the head coach. We take a look at the lineup here. They'll go 5'9 senior guard number 13 is Carson Fairman. 6'2 junior guard number 23 is Camden Wimpy. 6'4 junior guard number 30 is Simon Thomas. They'll go 6'5 senior forward number 33. That's Mason Weems. And they'll go 6'9 senior center number 55. That is Tyler Jost. The Cougars are 2-2 on the season. Played in the Effingham St. Anthony's Thanksgiving Tournament. Head coach Jeremy Schubert is in his 5th year. His assistant coaches tonight are Kurt Peters, Donnie Pedersen, and Cody Imming. Those are your Keys Brothers Realty and Auction Company starting lineups. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to have your hometown proud Carlisle IGA opening tip-off. You're listening to high school basketball on Max 96.7.
We're moments away from your hometown proud Carlisle IGA tip-off. This high school basketball broadcast on Max 96.7 is brought to you in part by Isaac Auto Body, Seaver Brothers Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Clinton Manor Living Center, Putker Construction, The Breeze and Trenton Dental Group, Nordyke Funeral Home, Prairie Farms Dairy, Tunya's Service Company, Fairman Garage Doors, Jansen Farm Equipment, Home Fashions, the Emeen Insurance Agency, Print Crazy, Silver Spoon Catering, and by Becker Jewelers, with locations in Breeze and Highland, and always online, BeckerJewelers.com.
Visit Breeze Motors to find the perfect car, truck, SUV, or CUV that fits your lifestyle and your budget. Breeze Motors is offering new 2016 Ford vehicles and a wide selection of pre-owned units. Breeze Motors has kept your vehicles in tip-top shape with genuine Ford parts in their service department for over 100 years. On Old Route 50 West in Breeze, visit breezemotorsales.com. Breeze Motors, your family dealer since 1913.
If you have joint or muscle pain, there is a solution. Let Dr. Schatz and the team of doctors at MedPlus alleviate your pain with safe, effective treatments. Their staff consists of a multi-specialty group of physicians, all working together to help you achieve lasting relief. Find out how natural medicines like Seraphin and Halogen make pain go away and keep it away. That's MedPlus in Carlisle's Northtown Plaza. Call today for a free consultation. 594-3671.
Good times are waiting at Brett's Wildlife Lodge and Winery, just north of Carlisle on Route 127. There's no better place to see live music than the Brett's Outdoor Stage, hosting bands every weekend. The kitchen at Brett's opens at 3 on Monday and Tuesday. They open for lunch at 11 Wednesday through Friday, and they have breakfast Saturday and Sunday starting at 8, with dinner available daily. Brett's Wildlife Lodge and Winery is a great spot for a meeting, a party, a get-together, or just to grab a bite to eat. Call 594-8830 or go to wildlifelodgeandwinery.com.
For a truly affordable and all-inclusive senior living experience unlike any other, come to Legacy Place in Breeze, offering exceptional and professional care. Legacy Place delivers kindness and compassion to residents with independent, assisted living, or memory care services. Legacy Place offers luxurious and comfortable home-like living with fireplaces, activity areas, cafes, salons, and much more. Call 526-9600 for a free tour at Legacy Place.
Happy birthdays! That's what we deliver daily in the Women and Infant Center at HSHS St. Joseph's Hospital Breeze. Moms and dads receive the pampering they deserve at this special time in our modern birthing suites. New family members are welcomed into the world in a safe, soothing atmosphere by truly caring and competent professionals. If you're expecting more from your maternity care, check out our amenities at stjoebreeze.com or call 526-5423.
When wearing contacts, you shouldn't even be able to feel them. If they're uncomfortable or feeling dry, come see us at Lebanon Optometric Center or Breeze Family Vision Center. We'll find the right contacts for you, whether it's multifocal, astigmatism, daily disposables, or hybrid lenses. Don't suffer through contacts that are just fine. We have all the major brands to choose from, and with locations in Breeze and Lebanon, if you damage or tear your contacts, we can replace them right away. Start seeing clearer today with a little help from Breeze Family Vision Center or Lebanon Optometric Center.
You've got Max 96.7.
We're just moments away from your hometown proud Carlisle IG opening tip-off, and did forget to mention here tonight they honored longtime assistant basketball coach Dave Thomas, the longest tenured Central coach in school history tonight. They honored Dave with a plaque tonight as he called it quits as an assistant basketball coach last season. After last season's much due respect to Dave Thomas tonight and this sellout crowd. And Dave was an assistant coach for me when I had played, and is a heck of a nice guy, and he's always talking about basketball and any sports, baseball, football. He'll talk to you all night about sports. So congratulations to assistant coach Dave Thomas on his great tenure at Central. As we get ready here for your hometown proud Carlisle IG opening tip-off, both teams getting announced here over the loudspeaker. As I mentioned, a sellout crowd here tonight for these two teams. The Shoes, number 5 in Class 2A, 4-0. Cougars 2-2, unranked in the 3A poll in the preseason. And the Cougars trying to play themselves into a ranking. So the 5 starters for the Cougars are Fairman, Wimpy, Thomas, Weems, Jost. On the other side, the Shoes will go with Hardick, Jansen, Crick, Kramer, and Smith. Both teams going over their final instructions before they take the floor here tonight in front of a capacity crowd. Greg Meyer here in the Dairy King broadcast booth. Dylan Meyer alongside doing the stats. Ben Koopman taking care of us back at WCXO Studios here as we are ready for your hometown proud Carlisle IGA opening tip-off here tonight. Officials here for this evening's game are Mr. Mike Priest, John Kuntz, and Mike Roth are your three officials here tonight. Mike Roth, Mike Priest, two officials that we seen last night. It's going to be Jost. It's going to be looks like 24. I don't see it, or number 20. Sorry, check that. So here we go. Ball in the area, opening tip. Your hometown proud. Carlisle IG opening tip off, controlled by the Cougars, who move right to left. Weems swings it around to the left wing for Wimpy. He tries to drive the left baseline, but he stepped on the end line, and the Cougars turn it over on their first possession of the game. I think they went ahead and started Clint Weber, number 20 now, the Shoes did. Here's Hardick in the post. He's going to face up Jost now. Weber now, it's over to the left wing to Craig. Guarded tightly by Fairman. Now Hardick at the right point, who hits a cutting Smith down the lane, picks up his dribble, needs help. Kick out three on the way from the right wing is good for three by Clint Weber. And it's 3-0. Thomas has got to get it in, and he throws it into the Cougar bench, and they've turned it over on their first two possessions. Thomas tried to hit Weems, and another turnover. So they inbound to Hardick in the corner for Weber. Looking down inside, and it's stolen away from behind by Weems. Jost trying to run the point guard. Now he goes up for Thomas, left wing. Drives to the cup, floater off the glass is good for two for the junior Simon Thomas. Quickly the other way, Hardick right wing for the Shoes. 3-2 minute gone here in the opening quarter. First quarter action brought to you by Tin Pin Antique Mall. They go into the left corner on the far side now, and a whistle and a hand check as Kremer had it in the corner. We'll check that first foul. 33 Weems, first personal, first team foul here of the opening half with 6 and change to go. 3-2. Wooden Shoes on top on a Weber 3. Now Craig. Now Smith and a whistle away from the basketball, and it's going to be an illegal screen against the Shoes. 24 Kremer with the body on the back pick. First personal, first team foul on the Shoes of the opening half. So Simon Thomas against this full court pressure. Inbounds to Carson Fairman. Out of man, loses footing. Fairman, no, quickly the other way. Kick out corner, triple all the way for Camden. Wimpy is good for a 3, and the Cougars with a 5-3 lead on the Wimpy 3. Hardick for Crick now. Back for Hardick at the top of the key. He's going to direct traffic, get the Puppies organized. Goes right wing for Weber. Now out top for Kremer. Now Krake on the left wing. Out top, Weber gets free again. 3 from the same spot. Same result for Clint Weber. And it's 6-5 Shoes for a couple of Weber threes. Now Fairman needs help out of the double, and now he gets it to Thomas, who brings it across the timeline. Now it's Jost on the right wing with a ball fake, and now he dribbles and hands it off for Fairman. Out on the Cougar at center court. Fairman right wing now for Camden Wimpy. Dump down pass right block. Kick out corner for Fairman. Now throws it back inside on the right block for Jost. He makes a nice move on the baseline. Had it rejected out of the air, but sticks with it. Puts it back up and in for 2 for Tyler Jost. And it's 7-6. Both teams trading lead changes here in the early going with 5:50 to play in the opening quarter. Left wing is Smith. Out top, another 3 straight on for Kremer. This time off the down screen, and Kremer knocks it down. So the Shoes with 3 3-point field goals, and they lead 9-7. Fairman off around. Crakey and a whistle and a blocking foul on Crakey. That's going to be his first personal. That's going to be the second team foul on the Shoes here in the first half. 9-7 is our count here. 3 threes, 2 by Weber, who at first wasn't even in the starting lineup. I think they went to a lineup change. They didn't start Landon Jansen. I think they went with a taller frame. Thomas now across against this 1-2-2 half-court trap. Now it's Carson Fairman, left point in the left corner for Wimpy. Bounce pass on the left block. Jost fall away deuce on the left side. No. Going up high for the rebound is Kremer. Now Dawson Smith. Now it's left wing for Crick. Now he dribbles to the middle of the floor, goes to the right wing for Smith. Looking inside for Weber, who's battling Jost on the right block. Inside pass on the hop. Weber backs his way down against Jost. Fall away deuce on the baseline. No, and a rebound struck down by Kremer that had it knocked out of his hands as multiple bodies hit the floor, and he needs help. The official on the baseline didn't get a good look at it. We'll see who was last touched out on, and it's going to be Cougar ball. On the baseline, 4:56 to go here. First quarter, 9-7. Shoes on top. Thomas inbounds for Fairman. Against the trapping defense now. Thomas are cutting across the middle. It's a 4-on-3. Gets it in the corner for Weems. Now back to the left wing for Simon Thomas. Now Fairman, top of the key. Jost at the foul line. He'll face up and try that shot. That one halfway down and out. No good. And Weber clears the glass for the Wooden Shoes. Now Smith the other way. 9-7 with 4:35 to play in the first quarter. That's Lee Hardick with it in the corner. Lob pass inside. Too strong. Fairman steals it away. Another shoe turnover there. Second. And then a crossover dribble by Fairman. Reach-in foul is going to be the call on Crick. That's going to be his second personal. That is the third team foul on the Wooden Shoes. And Jason Hansen is going to have to go to his bench. And here comes 22, Landon Jansen for the first time, who was initially scheduled to start tonight. But they went with somebody else. Thomas on the box set now goes to Joseph. He'll take the handoff at the left point. Looks on a couple of back screens for him. Finds Fairman on the left wing. That's a 3 on the way. Too strong there. Weems goes up high for the rebound. Nice bounce pass underneath. And Camden Wimpy gets it to go for 2. And it's tied at 9 with 4:15 to play in the opening quarter. Behind the back with a dribble goes Smith. Outside for Kremer. Now handoff for Lee Hardick. They go left wing now for Smith, who hits a cutting. Hardick down the middle, then had it rejected out of the air to whistle on a travel on Hardick. And another Shoes turnover. That's their 5th here of the opening half. So Thomas will inbound it for Carson Fairman. It's the 1-2-2, three-quarter court trapping defense. Now Thomas, he directs traffic. Gets it just across the timeline to Camden Wimpy, who turns baseline and then skips it over the right wing for Weems. Just inside the three-point line was Weems, and his shot goes high and harking off the rim and over the backboard, and the Shoes will get it back with 3:47 to play. First quarter tied at 9 points apiece. Now Jansen will bring it up against Fairman. The 5'8 senior point guard. Weber now at the right elbow, tries to throw a bounce pass, and it's kicked by Thomas, and it'll be on the baseline for the Shoes. Hardick will be the trigger man on the baseline on the south end of the gymnasium. Jansen, Smith now top the key, left wing for Hardick, who then almost lost the dribble out of bounds. Now out top for Jansen, who just checked in with 3:20 to play. Hardick now on the right wing. Out top Smith, ball fakes, drives the lane, then leaves it up underneath for Jansen, who ball fakes, then reverses the layup for 2. It's 11-9, and Jeremy Schubert wanted to travel. They didn't get the call. Simon Thomas across the timeline now. 11-9, 3:10 to play. Jost in the middle of the floor now for Fairman, who then dumps it down in the corner for Wimpy, who ball fakes and drops it down underneath. Jost with a jump hook on the right block for 2, and they're tied at 11 once again. Lob pass underneath for Kremer. That shot there no good. Weems was late to get over with the help. And Kremer will go to the free throw line. That's on Weems. And that'll be Mason's second personal foul, second team foul on the Cougars, and they will have to go to the bench for the first time tonight. Kremer at the line for 2 shots. First free throw for Kremer, up and through the net. And into the game for the Shoes, number 30. That's Ian Addis, a 6'2 senior who wears number 30. Also into the game, number 14, that's Colin Poonman, a 5'11 senior. Second free throw by Kremer is good, and it's 13-11 on your Honest Water scoreboard in favor of the Wooden Shoes. Braden Thomas on for the first time for the Cougars. He wears number 50, and Gavin Hyman, number 22, on for the Cougars as well. Thomas now trapped in the corner looking for help. He finds Wimpy. Now back for Thomas. He's looking for help. He throws it underneath the Jost off the glass. Missed the layup, but then he gets his own rebound and puts it back for 2. And Jost has got 6 points. Tied at 13. Kremer swings it around for Hardick on the left wing now. Hardick out top for Addis. Now back, Hardick tries a 3 from the left wing. That one no good there. Too strong. Battle for the rebound. Jost and Addis. And it was last touch out by Addis on the baseline. And the Cougars will get the ball with 2:22 to play in the first quarter. Tied at 13 points apiece. Hyman, a senior for the Cougars, 50. Thomas, just a sophomore at 6'2". Camden Wimpy in the middle for Jost against the pressure. Now Thomas, who ball fakes and tries to right elbow 2. That one too strong. Hyman in there with a rebound. Now it's a kick out from Thomas to Jost for 3 all the way from the left wing. No, Wimpy there with a rebound. Offensive rebound off the glass for 2 for Camden Wimpy. And he's got 7 points tonight for the Cougars, and it's 15-13. Central out front. Now Addis with it on the right wing. Lob pass inside for Funeman, and it goes out of bounds just over the outstretched hands. Actually checked out that pass from Jansen. So another Shoes turnover here. That is their 6th of the game. Hyman with a catch and lobs it back for Thomas against the pressure. Now they get away, and Thomas will bring it up one-on-one against Jansen. Now across the timeline, right wing for Hyman. With 1:35 to play, 15-13 Cougars. Now Thomas off the Joe screen on the left wing. Tries to shift it baseline. He's got a mismatch inside, trying to expose it. They lob it too high for Jost over the hands, and it was picked off out of the air by Kremer. Hardick the other way stops, and then a whistle on a held ball, and the arrow gives it to the Shoes on the pickup. Hardick will trigger the inbound on the sideline in front of the Central student section. In the corner, and the ball deflected by Thomas, who then hits the deck, and then he fell out of bounds, and it was a pressure there of Addis. Both teams fighting for position in the corner. Been a very physical opening quarter here so far, but only a couple of fouls called between each team. Hardick to trigger in front of the student section. He's swinging around for Funeman. Now Hardick on the right wing. Out top now for Addis. Now back in the corner for Funeman, who then cuts down the lane. He gets a receiving pass. Funeman's layup no good, but he'll go to the line as Jansen was the man who threw the entry fee. That foul there on 23. Wimpy, his first personal, third team foul on the Cougars. Funeman at the line. First free throw all the way good there. 15-14, and Clint Weber back on along with Dawson Smith. Fairman back on for Hyman. Hardick will get a rest for the Shoes along with Eric Kremer. So Addis, Funeman, Jansen, Smith, and Weber on the floor. Second free throw on the way good that time as well. 15-15 with 1:03 to play first quarter. Thomas for Fairman. Back for Simon Thomas now against the pressure. Now he gets it across the timeline with a between-the-legs dribble, and he backs his way down. Hands off for Carson Fairman at the right point. Now Thomas at the left point. Looks, and he's going to get a ball screen in the middle of the floor. He uses it. Nowhere to go. Now Fairman left wing dump down pass inside. Jost battling a double team jump hook in the lane is good for 2 for Tyler Jost. And give him 8 points. Back the other way come the Shoes. Smith in on the baseline. It's an offensive foul. Setting up to take the hit. Thomas. Smith will pick up the personal on the offensive foul. That's going to be his first personal. That's going to be the 14th foul on the Shoes with 36 seconds left to play here in the opening quarter. Thomas triggers it in for Fairman. Lobs it back for Thomas, and he'll get it across the timeline. Now he'll back it out to the right point and go for Fairman, middle of the floor. 25 seconds left to go, and the Cougars owning a 2-point lead. Now he goes between the legs with the dribble and backs it out. Now Thomas at the left point with 18 seconds. With a count on, now back for Fairman with 15. Figuring it'll be the last possession here of the quarter. Fairman, Thomas. Thomas with 8 seconds trying to use the screen from Jost. He does use it, tries to turn the corner with 5. Goes right to the cup, off the glass, good for 2, plus a foul. And Simon Thomas will go to the line with 4 seconds left to go in the opening quarter. We check the foul, and that's on 22, Jansen. His first personal, 15 foul on the Shoes. Jackson Haig, another sophomore, number 11, getting ready to check in. He'll spell Wimpy here for the last 3 seconds. Thomas at the foul line. He's just 47% for the season through four games. Stepping up to the line. Free throw on the way for the +1 is good, and 20-15 is the score, the largest lead of either team here in the ball game. Inbound for Jansen with 3. Quickly ahead with Funeman with 1 second. He gets it off at the horn. That one misses everything. No good. And after 1 quarter of play, it's the Central Cougars 20, the Teutopolis Wooden Shoes 15. You're listening to boys basketball here on Max 96.7.
Want easy online banking and bill paying with an ATM and debit card that allows you to set personal spending limits? Then Tempo Bank's the place for you. Tempo Bank makes it easy for today's consumers to spend more time with your families and less time balancing your accounts and paying bills. Tempo Bank has 2 locations to better serve you. Call 526-7256 in Breeze or 224-9228 in Trenton. They'll be glad to help you. Tempo Bank is your answer to easy, hassle-free banking.
At Country Financial, we're more than just an office you may pass by as you drive through town. We're part of your community and help support the programs that make our neighborhoods thrive. We take the time to get to know our customers. We know that every situation is unique, and our goal is to understand yours so we can help you be confident about your financial security and your future. Call your local Country Financial rep, Keith Wilkin, at 526-1179 or Teresa Richards at 526-1100 today.
Max 96.7.
Your honest water scoreboard after one quarter is the Central Cougars 20, the Teutopolis Wooden Shoes 15. To set this floor here for the Cougars in the second quarter, Jackson Haig, Braden Thomas, Tyler Jost, Carson Fairman, and Simon Thomas for the Cougars. The Shoes are going to counter with Colin Funeman, along with, looks to be their number 30, that is Ian Addis. 22 is Landon Jansen. 20, Clint Weber. On the backdoor cut is Simon Thomas on a nice feed from Fairman for two, and it's now 22-15 Cougars. Funeman on the baseline, fall away deuce is good there for Funeman. And also Dawson Smith on the court to begin the second quarter for the Teutopolis Wooden Shoes. 22-17 is our score. Fairman with it at a left point. Dribbles over to the right side, goes for the sophomore Haig. Looks inside. Now he finds Thomas at the foul line. He ball fakes and had it stripped away. Another turnover by the Cougars. It's a 3-on-1 the other way. Nice hustle by Haig, and then saves it for Fairman from going out of bounds. And then a whistle. And he dribbled it off the line, I believe. Fairman, I guess, on the baseline. And the Shoes will get it back. Here comes Lee Hardick back on now for the Shoes, and Funeman will sit. Eric Kremer coming on as well for Addis. Here comes Camden Wimpy now back on for the Cougars. Hagel sit. So the trigger man on the baseline is Smith. Out top for Jansen. Now Lee Hardick for Smith on the right wing. The ball fakes and now bounces it on the bottom for Weber. On the right block. Backs his way down against Jost patiently. Goes up over Jost, and he was hit on the arm. And Weber will go to the line. That's Jost's first personal foul. That's the fourth team foul on the Cougars here. The opening half with 7:01 to play. So Weber at the line, who's had a big first quarter on a couple of threes. Chance to add to it here in the second. First free throw for Weber, good there. 22-18 now. Cougars still on top of the Wooden Shoes, number 5 team in Class 2A in the state of Illinois preseason poll. Weber toes the line, second free throw on the way there. That one also good. And it's 22-19, lead back down to 3. Thomas will inbound for Carson Fairman. Our second quarter here brought to you by Becker Jewelers. Fairman working across. Now it's right wing for Camden Wimpy. Out top for Thomas. Left wing for Simon Thomas. Simon now looks and gets Fairman off the double screen. Right wing for Wimpy. Dribble, drive, and he kicks it out to the top of the key for Carson Fairman, who now resets the offense and gets the Puppies organized. Right wing now for Wimpy off the Joe screen. Now dumps it back down to the right block. Joe with a nice baseline move. Whistle called for a travel. Didn't put the ball on the deck when he went with his initial baseline move, and he shuffled the Puppies a little bit and turned it over. So now Landon Jansen will walk it across the timeline, getting things organized from Jason Hansen, the head coach, who calls out a play. He looks over to the right wing, now needs some help. He's got Fairman on there with a tight defense. Makes it, picks up the dribble. Now Weber backing his way down against Jost. Now he ball fakes underneath, shot up off the window. No good, gets his own rebound, puts it back off the glass. Is good for 2 for Clint Weber, who has 10 points here in the first half with 6:05 to play here in the first half, and it's 22-21 Cougars on top of the Shoes. Fairman with a dribble drive right to the hole. No one stops the penetration, but he's rejected out of bounds by Eric Kremer. Back on, Colin Funeman will spell Landon Jansen. With 5:58 to play, the trigger man on the baseline is Fairman. Slaps the ball, he looks. Hits a cutting Jost on the baseline and throws it out top for Thomas, who then was deflected on by Dawson Smith on the right wing to former Cougar assistant Dave Thomas sitting in the front row. Thomas inbound for Carson Fairman now at the point. He gets it to Wimpy in the corner, who then hits a cutting Simon Thomas on the baseline. Fall away jumper, rolls around, no good there. Funeman with the rebound. And Funeman quickly ahead for Weber. Bounce, one dribble, bounce pass underneath. Shot waved off on the floor, be a foul. 2 shots will be coming up, and I think Fairman's going to be the man with the personal. They called it on 50, Braden Thomas. That's going to be his First personal actually going to call it a baseline throw. Not on the shot. His first personal, 15 foul on the Cougars. Lob pass on the out-of-bounds play for Weber. He missed that one. And the lead here 23-22 on the mix of an 8-2 run here to begin the second quarter. Fairman will bring it up with 5:28 to play here in the first half, and the Cougars now trailing by a point, and a whistle and a hand check on Funeman, and that's going to be the 16th foul on the Shoes. And he just put his hands on the dribbler. He can't impede the dribbler. Funeman's first personal of the evening. Thomas will inbound on the sideline just in front of half court. Now he goes for Fairman, who will set things up with a 4-high across set. Now he goes right wing for Simon Thomas. Now Braden Thomas swings around to the left wing for Fairman. A couple of screens. He frees up Jost with a 3 straight on that one as Jost hit on the 3-point release. And the shot no good, and he's fouled, and Jost is going to go to the line for 3 free throws. That foul there, we checked that on 24. That's Kremer's second personal, 17 foul on the Shoes, and Jost, who's averaging 16 points a game, 85% at the line, will get 3 free throws now. First one on the way for the 6'9 center is good that time. Getting ready to come in, Ian Addis, getting ready to check in here for the Shoes. Jost with a toe on the line, second free throw on the way there, that one good that time. And we are 24-23 Cougars on top. Kremer will sit with his 2 personals here with 5:11 to play. Don't forget to join Rip tomorrow morning at 9 for Talking Sports. Rip will open up the show with scores and stuff, and we'll recap the action from tonight's games from around the area. That's Talking Sports with Rip right here on Max. Third free throw by Jost missed. Rebound was cleared by Hardick. Smith off the screen. Drives it right to the cup with no resistance. Layup off the glass is good for 2, and the Shoes regain the lead 25-24. With 4:50 to play here in the opening half. Spectrum Business halftime coming up. We'll get you stats and analysis from the opening half of this one. Remember with a nice behind-the-back dribble. Now right wing for Camden Wimpy. Picks it up there. Lob pass underneath. Jost working in for position, and he gets it to go for 2. Jost has got 12 points here in the first half. And Smith on the catch. Shuffled the puppies, and he traveled. 8 Shoes turnover. Very uncharacteristic of the Teutopolis Wooden Shoes here in the opening half. A team that prides themselves on defense and not turning the basketball over. They've done so 8 times. There was still 4 and change to play here in the first half. Thomas inbounds for Camden Wimpy, who now hands off for Fairman in the backcourt, and he'll bring it up against Funeman. Thomas with Simon Thomas right wing with it. Out top for Braden Thomas. Lob pass inside for Jost. Backs his way down. Jump hook in the lane. That one hits hard off the window and good for 2. And Jost extends the Cougar lead to 3, and he is well on his way to his average tonight. He's got 14 here in the opening half. 4:10 to play. 28-25. Right wing with it was Weber. Now Funeman, who tried to hit a cutting Smith. Ends up in the hands of Addis on the baseline and kick out 3 for Hardick. That one's good for a 3 for Lee Hardick. And we're all tied at 28. And an up and down pace we go here in the opening half so far. Fairman gets around his defender, and Wimpy zigged when he was supposed to zag, and Fairman throws that one away, and the Cougars have turned it over now 6 times. Back on now for the Shoes is Landon Jansen, and Funeman will sit. Jackson Haig on for Camden Wimpy. And with 3:40 to play first half, tied at 28, Hardick for Smith on the left wing. But now Hardick off a couple of screens, tries a 3 straight. Oh, and that one's good for a 3 for Lee Hardick. So back-to-back possessions, back-to-back 3s for Hardick. And the Shoes take a 3-point lead, their largest of the game so far. Remember with a nice series of crossover dribbles. Gets it across the timeline now. Haig with it on the right wing, and a whistle away from the basketball. Illegal screen on Thomas. And that's a 16 foul on the Cougars. That's the second charge to Thomas on the screen. So Hardick will trigger. Jansen will bring it up across the timeline now. He's set up here in a box set. He rolls over to the right side. Bounce pass for Weber on the right block. Backs his way down against Jost. Jost, who might have sold it just a little bit on the baseline. An offensive foul for Weber. And Jason Hansen, along with the Shoes fans here below us who have traveled. Well, Weber picks up his first 18 foul on the player control foul, and Jost might have sold that just a tad. Fairman back the other way now. Dribbles over to the right wing. Looking inside. Now he backs it back out a little bit. Thomas running off a series of screens. Haig now off a down screen. He ball fakes. Had some contact. Kick out for Fairman. Now back for Jackson Haig, who dribbles over to the left side. Now back for Fairman on the right side of the floor with 2:45 to play. 31-28 your score. Cougars trailing the Teutopolis Wooden Shoes. Out top, Jost gets free. He ball fakes, tries to drive the lane. Floater from the foul line. That one barely grazed the rim. Ball loose on the floor and a bad scrum. Jost battling with it. And we're having a whistle on a held ball. And the arrow gives it to the Wooden Shoes on that. 2:33 to go here in the opening half. 31-28 is our score. Jansen will bring it across. Goes for Dawson Smith on the left wing. Now Lee Hardick. Now around for Addis. Now Jansen. Now Weber off a ball fake. Drives the lane. Backs Thomas down. Fall away. Jumper in the baseline is good for two and a whistle. And we're going to have a timeout on the floor. And the Shoes have extended their lead to 5. 33-28 with 2:14 to play here in the first half. You're listening to high school basketball on Max 96.7.
Stuck in a state of falling behind? Struggling to keep up with your kids, your finances, your insurance, your life? Then let me, State Farm agent Steve Klosterman, help you simplify and get to a better state. Because with the Klosterman Agency handling your auto, home, and life insurance, you'll have more time to handle everything else. More money, too, because adding State Farm policies can earn you discounts and actually help you get ahead. Call or email me, State Farm agent Steve Klosterman, and get to a better state with State Farm.
You found Max 96.7.
Honest Water scoreboard, the Teutopolis Wooden Shoes 33, Central Cougars 28. Don't forget to listen to all our broadcasts right here and everywhere at Wcxo967.com. Click on Live Sports. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel for notifications when we are on the air with all our sports broadcasts. Cougars have it right now. Simon Thomas off of Tyler Joe Green going right down the lane. A whistle on a foul on the floor, but it's going to be free throws for the junior guard. Thomas is in the bonus. That one there is charged to Ian Addis. 19 foul on the Shoes. First against Addis, and Thomas back at the free throw line tonight. He is 1 out of 1 at the line tonight. First free throw is good there for Thomas. 33-29, 2:02 to play first half. Shoes lead. Thomas with a couple of dribbles, spin of the basketball. Second free throw, that one halfway down and out. Smith clears the rebound for the Shoes and a quick push. Now Jansen, now Smith. Smith will set things up middle of the floor here. 1:50 to play. 33-29. Shoes off the screen. Smith earns the corner. Force one. Had rejected out of the air by Tyler Jost. Send it back. Send it back, young fella. Is what Joe said there. Hardick's going to trigger on the baseline with 1:46 to play here in the opening half. Lob out top for Weber. He's hit a couple of threes. Now backs his way down against Jost. Kick out three there. Is halfway down and out for Addis. Rebound on the floor. Smith somehow comes up with a loose ball, then forces one up and no good there. And Jost is going to be called for the foul, trying to block the shot. I think they called it on Simon Thomas on the hold underneath. I think their official might have missed it. Thomas is going to pick up his first personal. That's just a 17 foul on the Cougars. First free throw for Dawson Smith is good, and the Shoes now with matching their largest lead of the evening at 5 points. Smith with a toe on the line. Second free throw on the way there. Good there as well. Now the largest lead of the game, 35-29. Fairman will bring it up now. The crossover series of dribbles now goes for Thomas. Now he's going to use the Tyler Jost screen, trying to turn the corner. Looks for the lob, wasn't there. Now Fairman, now Camden Wimpy. Lob pass, left block for Jost. Backs his way down. Jump hook, middle of the lane. Missed it everything. And a rebound by Wimpy and a foul underneath. Shoes fans wanting a jump ball, no call. And Wimpy's going to go to the line. That one there is charged underneath to 20. That's Clint Weber, second personal, and then the double bonus. So Wimpy at the line for 2 free throws. Wimpy's first one on the way is good that time. Wimpy 7 points a game, 67% free throw shooter for the season. And he'll try to cut into the Shoes deficit. 35-30 our score, 1:14 to play first half. Wimpy, second free throw. Good there. 35-31 now with 1:14 to play first half. Cougars now apply a little bit of pressure. And a whistle and a timeout by Jason Hansen as Landon Jansen was stuck in the corner. And with your Honest Water scoreboard is the Teutopolis Wooden Shoes 35, the Central Cougars 31. You're listening to Boys Basketball on Max 96.7.
Get unhungry for only $5 at your Breeze and Carlisle Hardee's. Dig into the $5 All-Star Meal with 4 different meals to choose from, like the Charbroiled Double Cheeseburger and Onion Rings with natural cut fries, a fresh baked chocolate chip cookie, and a 20-ounce drink. Pick a $5 All-Star Meal today from your Breeze and Carlisle Hardee's, plus the entire Red Burrito menu. Get unhungry at your Breeze and Carlisle Hardee's.
It's Max 96.7.
Honest Water scoreboard 35-31. Shoes on top of the Cougars here with 1:10 to play first half. Now the Cougars again showing a little 2-2-1 pressure here. Hardick back across for Jansen. Shoes now get it across. Smith now for Hardick on the right wing. Picks up his dribble there, needs help. Now Jansen left point under a minute to play here in the first half. 35-31. Now Hardick again with it at the right point. Now directs traffic. Cougars will look to be in a 2-3 zone this time now. Out top, Hardick, Jansen, corner for Smith. Now it's Jansen again for Hardick, right point, 40 seconds left to go. Hardick with a crossover series of dribbles. Now he goes to the left wing for Jansen. Now Hardick, right wing for Addis. Now picks up his dribble and he goes for Jansen. Smith now back for Hardick. Now Jansen, now Smith, now back for Jansen, left point. Now Hardick at the right side of the floor. 15 seconds left to go here in the opening half. 35-31 is your score. Now Jansen with 12 seconds. Now Hardick on the right wing with 10. Now Jansen back in the corner for Hardick. Almost picked off by Wimpy as he goes into the central bench. And with 6 seconds left to go here in the first half, it'll be a sideline throw. Hardick, Jansen, corner for Smith. He ball fakes with 4. Floater on the baseline with 3. That one missed. Ball deflected on. Ends up in the hands as the horns to Ian Addis, who extends the Shoes lead to 6. Your Honest Water scoreboard at the half. The Teutopolis Wooden Shoes 37. The Central Cougars 31. The Cougars outscored that quarter by a score of 22-11. And they trail by 6 here at the break. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have stats for you and first half analysis as well. You're listening to high school basketball here on Max 96.7.
Building relationships and buildings in the safest, most efficient, and budget-conscious way has been Putker Construction's mission for over 36 years. Located in Breeze, they have been providing construction management, design, build, and general contracting services on projects throughout Southern Illinois and the Midwest. They are a second-generation, family-owned, and veteran-owned business with a goal to exceed their clients' expectations in every way. For more information, call 526-7213 or go to PutkerConstruction.com.
Garages are great, and then something eventually goes wrong with your garage door. Don't just call anyone when you have a garage door problem. Call Fairman Garage Doors, providing trusted quality service for over 20 years. Locally owned and operated, Fairman Garage Doors can handle residential and commercial, and no job is too big or too small. Call 526-8548 for Fairman Garage Doors, an authorized Clopay dealer.
If you're shopping for jewelry, you have a lot of choices. One of them is Becker Jewelers, and you would be perfectly correct in asking, what makes Becker's a better choice? We're a small-town, hometown jewelry store. Let's begin with that. We love our community, and we've been a part of it for the better part of 68 years. We know most of the people who walk through our doors personally. We have an obligation to give them the best quality, service, and value we can give them. And if we hadn't done that, we wouldn't have been around for those 68 years. When you shop Becker's, you can count on a quality product and a great value, because keeping you as a customer is what keeps us around. When you need a repair, we know you need it now. If it can be done today, we'll do it today. Major repairs are done quickly because we can do them right here in our store. Come give us a try. We'll make sure that your purchase or repair work leaves you knowing you made the right choice.
Becker Jewelers on Main Street in Breeze, on the Square in Highland, and at BeckerJewelers.com. Hi, this is Rich Knable, lending officer at Bradford National Bank in Highland. With over 30 years of banking experience, I'm ready to assist you with your entire commercial or agricultural lending needs in Highland or Madison County. For all your lending needs, from startups to expansions, from remodeling to equipment purchases, chances are Bradford National Bank has a program to meet your unique individual needs. Since all loan decisions are made locally, our full-service lending department can move your project along without any red tape or hassle. Bradford National Bank has always focused on the needs of our customers and the communities we serve, supporting hundreds of organizations right here at home each year. It just makes sense to bank locally. Call me today at 664-2200. That's 664-2200. You'll be glad you did. Bradford National Bank, your hometown community bank since 1867.
Rich Knable, MLO number 712773, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Max 96.7.
Welcome into the Spectrum Business Halftime Report here for you from Central High School. The Central Cougars and the Teutopolis Wooden Shoes. The Cougars outscored their 22-11 in that quarter. Find themselves behind after leading in the opening quarter, 20-15. Trail 37-31 here at the break. And as we mentioned here tonight a little bit, Dave Thomas, a longtime Cougar assistant, basketball coach, gave it up last year after last season and was honored here tonight at the half, or sorry, before the game. Sorry, check that. Before the basketball game tonight, he was honored with the plaque, and in the longest tenure as a Central head coach, or Central coach in general. So congratulations to Dave Thomas on his long years of teaching. Long teachings of basketball to us here at Central High School. Take a look here at the first half stats. I mentioned the Cougars were up by 5 after one quarter, trailing now by 6 here at the half. And part of that, the Shoes were going to start. Originally, we're going to start Landon Jansen, a 5'11 senior. Instead, went to 6'6 junior Clint Weber. And the man has had himself a game here in the opening half tonight as well. 14 points for Weber, 5 rebounds. He's 5 of 8 from the field, including 2 of 2 from behind the arc for his 14 points. Has been the key player for the Shoes so far through one half of play. On the other side, the Cougars at the half, led by Tyler Jost, as expected, 14 points. He's just 5 of 13, though, overall from the field. He's 0 of 1 from his three-point range, 2 of 3 at the foul line. He's only got 2 rebounds at the half. So Jost struggling a bit from the field, but does have 14 points here at the break so far. On total field goal percentage-wise, we'll take a look here at some of the other numbers. T-Town, 7 of 12 from 2-point field goal range, good for 39%. They're 4 of 8 from 3, good for 50%. The Shoes are shooting 11 of 20 overall from the field for 55%. Including 8 of 8 at the free throw line for a perfect percentage there. 10 rebounds, 8 turnovers for the Shoes. I'm sure one thing Jason Hansen would like to clean up is definitely the turnovers at the break. Teutopolis not known to turn the ball over as much as they have here tonight. 8 TOs at the break, so I'm sure, as I mentioned, they're going to look to clean some of that stuff up a little bit. On the other side, the Cougars, 11 of 20 from 2-point field goal range. That's good for 55%. 1 of 3 from behind the arc for 33%. They are 6 of 8 at the free throw line for 75%. Their total field goal, 12 of 23 for 52%. 6 rebounds and 6 turnovers for the Cougars at the break. So both teams shooting the lights out, if you would say so, in the first half, well over 50%. But both teams have also had their fair share of turnovers and have not been able to really control. Either team has not really been able to control the pace of play so far here tonight. But Weber and Jost have been the two guys that have been the key cogs in scoring the basketball. Weber with 14. Jost has got 14 as well to match that. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to have second half action for you. You're listening to high school basketball on Max 96.7.
What is one of the first things people notice about you? You guessed it, it's your teeth. Let Dr. Trong, Dr. Erickson, or Dr. Hilsman at Breeze or Trenton Dental Group give you a smile you can be proud of. Since 1995, Breeze and Trenton Dental Group has served the community with a family-friendly setting. Breeze and Trenton Dental Group is also your Invisalign provider. They offer cosmetic treatments to improve your smile, as well as tooth implants. Schedule your appointment today in Breeze at 526-4233 or Trenton at 224-7129.
Hello, I'm Wes Ronan, head chef and owner of Silver Spoon Catering. I've been working in the food industry for over 15 years, fine-tuning my craft as a professional chef and caterer. I would like to invite you to visit our new storefront location on Old Highway 50 in Breeze. We prepare daily specials using only the freshest ingredients possible. Find out what we're serving this week by calling us at 791-7847 or check us out at Silver Spoon, Illinois on Facebook.
Prairie Farms Dairy helps build strong bodies and strong minds. Prairie Farms Dairy offers the finest dairy products like skim milk, slice and string cheese, sour cream, cottage cheese, flavored yogurts, light ice cream, and more. Take charge of your body and get your daily source of vitamins and minerals from the products you've come to love from Prairie Farms Dairy. You can always count on Prairie Farms Dairy, always fresh, always the best.
You love your home, but over time, you can get a little tired of it. It really doesn't take much, however, to freshen your home's look, especially when you get help from Home Fashions in Carlisle. Update floors with brand names like Shaw, Mohawk, Mannington, and Armstrong. Home Fashions also offers cabinets, countertops, Hunter Douglas window treatments, furniture, and more. Check out more at homefashions-inc.com, turning your space into elegance and grace. Home Fashions in Carlisle.
This broadcast is a presentation of Wcxo Sports. Wcxo Sports is brought to you by the Benoff Insurance Agency in Breeze and Trenton, Breeze Dental Care, K&J Chevrolet, Reverman Chiropractic and Spinal Rehabilitation and Breeze Motor Sales, Southern Bus and Mobility, Kaskaskia College, the First National Bank of Carlisle, Reekman Brothers John Deere, St. Joseph Hospital Breeze, Med Plus Physical Medicine and Brett's Wildlife Lodge, Legacy Place, State Farm Insurance Agent Steve Klosterman and Hardy's locations in Breeze and Carlisle, Breeze Family Vision, Tempo Bank, Country Financial Representatives Keith Wilkin and Teresa Richards, and Area CC Food Marts. WCXO Sports since 1999, the sports voice of the Carlisle Indians, the Central Cougars, the Mater Dei Knights, and the Westland Warriors.
Max 96.7.
Second half action here, about ready to pick up. Both teams going over their final halftime adjustments as we get ready here. It'll be Cougar back to begin the second half. To set the floor for you here in the second half, Mason Weems, Camden Wimpy, Simon Thomas, Carson Fairman, along with Tyler Jost. It's going to be Lee Hardick, Colin Crick, Eric Kremer, along with Clint Weber and Dawson Smith to begin the second quarter, or the second half. Check that for the Wooden Shoes. Thomas will trigger the inbound at half court for Carson Fairman. 37-31, Wooden Shoes on top. The number 5 team in 2A leads the Cougars by 6. Fairman now right wing for Simon Thomas. Now he wants a screen from his big man. He gets one there. Now it goes for Weems. Now left wing for Carson Fairman. Off the Weems screen on top for Jost. Right wing for Wimpy. He ball fakes. One dribble, picks it up though. Now it's for Jost. Now back for Wimpy on the right wing, who refuses the ball screen this time. Drives the baseline. Shot up off the glass. Good for 2 by Camden Wimpy, and it's 37-33. Shoes on top. Smith now gets a 2-2-1 pressure of the Cougars. Now gets it across the timeline. Now it's right wing for Colin Crick. Now Smith, who's free for a triple on the left wing. Good for 3 for Dawson Smith. And it's 40-33. Shoes now the largest lead of the game, 7. Behrman working now against Crick. Now Thomas right wing for Mason Weems. Top of the key left wing for Carson Fairman. Off a couple of screens, Jost tries a 3 straight on. That one rattles around and gets the shooters rolling. He knocks down a 3. And it's 40-36. Jost with 17 points. The 2-2-1 again. Now a dump down pass. Weber cutting to the rim. Shot. He missed him. He gets his own rebound. Puts it back up. Had it rejected out of the air by Jost. Fairman the other way with a full head of steam. Leaves it for Jost down the middle. Floater in the lane for 2. And it's 40-38 on a nice pass on a delivery from Fairman to Jost. 6:25 to play third quarter. Now getting it across is Crick. Hardick back for Crick. Now Smith in the right corner or left corner. Now Crick. Now Smith in the left corner. Drives the baseline right around Weems. Goes up. Had it rejected again by Jost. And a reach in. Oh, he actually called a travel. Thought it was going to be a reach-in foul on 24. It looked to be Kremer, but they said they called the travel on Jost. Now Thomas is going to come out. Weems is going to sit. Third quarter action brought to you by V&H Recreation. And a trigger man on the baseline is correct. Now Dawson Smith. Now Weber, top of the key. Now Lee Hardick. I'm sorry, check that. That was Kremer. Now Hardick with it. Now Smith. Who then hits a cutting. Hardick down the lane and good for 2. And it's 42-38 with 5:55 to play in the third quarter. Fairman trying to work it up, and he finally does. Fairman right wing now for Simon Thomas using the Jost screen. Drives to the cup. He kicks it out now for Thomas. Now left wing for Carson. Fairman refuses the ball screen. Goes right to the hole. Layup no good there. Partially blocked, I think. And now Hardick the other way. Drives up. Euro step in the lane. Finger roll layup for 2 for Lee Hardick. And it's 44-38 Shoes with 5:25 to play third quarter. Now Fairman will bring it up against Colin Crick. Fairman off a screen. Drives it. Now Thomas. Now Camden Wimpy, top of the key. Dump down pass inside for Jost at the free throw line, who faces up. Dribbles it out for Fairman on the right wing with 5:08 to play in the third quarter. Now Fairman for Thomas. And that pass there was a lob pass intended for Jost. And now we're going to have a timeout by Jeremy Schubert. Your Honest Water scoreboard with 5:02 to play in the third quarter is the Teutopolis Wooden Shoes 44, the Central Cougars 38. You're listening to high school basketball on Max 96.7.
Start saving on your heating bills today with a 7 Series or 5 Series water furnace from Tunya Service Company. The 7 Series water furnace is the world's most efficient geothermal system. In addition to big savings on your heating costs, the 7 Series and the 5 Series water furnace carries a 10-year parts and labor warranty. For a free estimate and the world's most experienced geothermal team, call Tunya Service Company in Damiansville today. 248-5130.
You've got Max 96.7.
During that break, Cougars make a change. Mason Weems back on for Braden Thomas. Smith inbounds for Lee Hardick. The Cougars now will play a little three-quarter court man-to-man defense. Fairman will pick him up, and that's correct. Bounce pass right wing for Smith. Out top is Kremer. Now left wing for Crick. Working against Fairman. Hardick off a couple of screens, couldn't get open. Now he gets the handoff on the left wing. Down the corner for Smith. And a whistle away from the basketball, and that's going to be a hold on Weems and battling for position with Kremer underneath. That's going to be the first team foul of either team here in the second half, and that's a third on Weems, a 6'5" senior forward. Smith the trigger. In the corner, Weber, who uses the ball fake nicely and gets Jost in the air, and Jost is going to pick up another foul. That's his second personal, second team foul of the second half with 4:36 to play. Now Hardick's going to trigger in the deep corner, front of the stage. Lob pass for Weber in the middle of the lane. Backs his way down against Weems. Nice contest by Weems. Shot was short, no good, and Wimpy clears the rebound, 44-38. Fairman, and a charge is going to be called on Carson Fairman, bringing it up against Crick, who's been hounding Fairman all night, up and down the floor, and the Cougars now with a turnover there gives them a total of 8 on the night on the player control foul. Fairman's first personal. Bounce pass inside for Kremer against Weems, out of blocked, and last touchdown, Kremer out of bounds, and the Cougars will get it back. So some rugged play here a little bit between these two blue blood schools. Fairman with a nice crossover dribble. Going to the hole, trying to thread the needle on the bounce pass, but also on a kick. As he tried to feed Jost on a bounce. It was kicked into the first row. So now Fairman's going to trigger on the baseline in a box set. Looking now, he gets it in for Jost right corner. Fall away jumper on the right baseline, misses everything. Fairman goes up high to get the rebound. With 4:10 to play. 44-38 Shoes. Fairman now dribbles over to the middle of the floor. Now he goes to left point for Thomas, who's going to refuse the Jost ball screen. Drive it, left elbow jumper is good by Simon Thomas. And it's 44-40 now with 3:55 to play third quarter. Hardick for Dawson Smith. Now back for Hardick on the left wing. Trying to drive it at Thomas. Now Weber, who's got a couple of threes, has it straight on. He thought about it there, didn't take it. Now for Kreck on the right wing. Now backs it back out. Now Weber drives it, kicks it out for Hardick, top of the key. He'll try a three with a little bit of space. That one barely grazed him. Fairman chases down the rebound. And then trying to get his way up the floor, and he does. Kick out right wing for Simon Thomas. Now Jost. Now Wimpy on the left wing. Lob inside for Weems, who touched it last. And it goes out of bounds, and another turnover on the tough entry fee for Weems. And basically a line change here for the Shoes. Back on is Ian Addis, Colin Funeman, number 14, along with 22, Landon Jansen. So Kremer and Lee Hardick will stay on with 3:22 to play in the third quarter. 44-40 is our score. Getting it across, Jansen working against Fairman. A reach-in foul on Carson Fairman. That's going to be his second personal. The 14th foul on the Cougars here in the second half. Now he's going to use the Joe screen, gets around it. Again, it tries a right elbow jumper from the baseline, or from the elbow. No good, and a run out the other way. Hardick and Fairman on a foot race, and Carson Fairman knocks it away out of bounds. It'll stay with the Shoes. And a heck of an effort by Fairman, who is trailing the play. A baseline throw now for Hardick. 46-42 Shoes on your Honest Water scoreboard. Hardick with a left elbow catch. Now he'll back it out to the left wing. Goes between the legs with the dribble. Now goes for Jansen. Top of the key. Now Addis. Kremer. Right wing for Funeman now. He bounces it on to hop underneath. To Jansen now. It's a kick out three on the way for Addis. That one barely grazed the rim. Ball loose on the floor in a battle for it. Who is out of bounds? The question, Weems was out of bounds on the baseline. It'll stay with the Shoes in the rebounding action. And it's 46-42 with 1:53 to go. It'll be a baseline trigger for Jansen. Needs help. Finally does get it in. Wooden Shoes on top. Fairman on the catches the inbound in the backcourt. It's going to bring it up now. Over to the right wing. Goes behind the back with a dribble and got a little too cute with it. He bounced it out of bounds off his back leg on the behind the back. And they turn it over again. Cougars got 10 turnovers here, and we're not even through three quarters yet. The Shoes have almost matched that. They got 8. Well, I think they had 8 at halftime. So Smith, left wing now for Addis. Funeman now hits a cutting Jansen, and Fairman rooted him out of position underneath. And another foul. That's going to be the third foul on Carson Fairman. All 3 coming here in this quarter. And Wimpy's going to grab Fairman here with 1:11 to play third quarter. So third foul, 15 foul on the Cougars, 1:11 to play. Inbound for Addis. Dribbles it up to the middle of the floor, guarded tightly by Jost. Now Jansen, guarded by Jackson Haig at the left wing. Looking for help. And then an offensive foul as Haig beat him to the spot on the dribble. And that's going to be a charge on Jansen. That's going to be his third personal. The second team foul on the player control on the Shoes. And coming back in to grab him will be Colin Kreck. So Wimpy's going to inbound the basketball with 59 seconds left to play, 46-42. He finds Jackson Haig, who then hands it off for Simon Thomas in the backcourt. He'll bring it up against a 6'5" defender in Dawson Smith. Thomas using the Joe screen, turns the corner nicely, forces one up and initiates a lot of contact. And Thomas is going to go to the free throw line, and we're going to check the foul. That one there on 32. Or is it 22? I don't know. I couldn't tell the number. The way Mike Priest holds his numbers up, can't really tell. That one on 20, I do believe, is the foul. Clint Weber, his third personal. 13 foul on the Shoes. Thomas back at the free throw line. First one on the way for Simon. Leaves that one a little short. 46 seconds to go. Braden Thomas on for Mason Weems. Kremer gets Weber with his 3 fouls. Will sit here for the last 46 seconds of the third quarter. 46-42, Wooden Shoes on top. Thomas with a toe on the line. Free throw on the way. Good there. 46-43 now. Kreck gets around Jost against this full court pressure. Picks up his dribble there. Needs help. And he's trying to call a timeout, and he gets granted a timeout on the trap of the backcourt with 38 seconds left to go. Your score on your Honest Water scoreboard is the Teutopolis Wooden Shoes 46, the Central Cougars 43. Listening to high school basketball on Max 96.7.
Need insurance? Insurance you can really count on? If so, turn to Dan Imming at Imming Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Dan and his staff will provide you with the insurance coverage and service you deserve. Whether it's auto, home, life, health, or commercial, your choices aren't limited either. Imming Insurance Agency represents many outstanding companies, so get covered by the best. Call Imming Insurance Agency at 594-4536 or stop by 589 9th Street in Carlisle. Imming Insurance Agency, a proud supporter of Clinton County sports.
Max 96.7.
Keys Brothers Realty and Auction Company. Keys Brothers Realty and Auction Company. Your Honest Water scoreboard, 46-43. Teutopolis Wooden Shoes in favor. They have the basketball right now. Crick's got it bringing up against Jackson Haig. Left wing now for Addis. Now Funeman. Kramer left wing guarded by Braden Thomas with 25 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. 46-43 is our score. Addis, Kramer. Right wing for Kreck. Guarded tightly by Jackson Haig. Kreck now gets away from Haig and then is picked off by a screen. Wanted an illegal screen is what Jeremy Schubert wanted. Ball was rejected out of bounds by Braden Thomas. But the possession will stay with the Shoes with 8 seconds left to go. Trigger man on the baseline is going to be Kreck. Lob for Kremer with a catch. Needs help. Backs his way down against Thomas. Goes up with it off the window. Good for 2 with 3 seconds left. Now 2, now 1, and that's going to be the end of the third quarter. And your score here is going to be the Teutopolis Wooden Shoes 48, the Central Cougars 43 on your Honest Water scoreboard. Fourth quarter action's coming up. You're listening to high school basketball here on Max 96.7.
Working farms are busy all year long, so depend on Jansen Farm Equipment to keep your equipment running strong. With a parts store and service department, Jansen Farm Equipment has a team of professionals that you can count on. Jansen Farm Equipment carries AGCO, New Idea, Gleaner, White, and Massey Ferguson. Jansen Farm Equipment, 18222 State Route 127. Shop online at jansenfarm.com or call 594-2962.
Nordyke Funeral Home is thinking about your future and offers secure, pre-planned funeral arrangements, relieving the emotional burden for those you love, allowing you to express your own wishes, and assures peace of mind with financial concerns when your family needs it the most. Nordyke Funeral Home has 5 locations in Albers, Aveston, Breeze, New Baden, and now Carlisle. Visit NordykeFuneralHome.com or call 588-3533. Striving to earn your family's confidence and trust, Nordyke Funeral Home with 5 locations.
It's Max 96.7.
So the Teutopolis Wooden Shoes with a 48-43 lead as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. The Shoes have the ball. It's Lee Hardick, Dawson Smith, Ian Addis, Eric Kremer, and Lyndon Kreck to begin. Colin Kreck to begin the fourth quarter for the Shoes. Carson Fairman, Camden Wimpy, Tyler Joe, Simon Thomas, Mason Weems for the Cougars. 48-43 is our score. Kreck working against Fairman, who's got 3 fouls. Trying to stay in front now. Smith with it on the left wing. Back out for Kreck now. Right wing, Hardick. Skips it. That pass almost stolen away by Weems. Deflected it in the front row as Hardick tried to make a right wing to the cross corner pass to the left side to Smith. But Weems read that perfectly and got a hand on it. Smith will inbound it for Kreck. Cougars fall in a 2-3 zone, it looks like. Kreck. Right wing, Hardick. Now back for Kreck. Bouncing it now for Smith on the left wing. Now for Kreck. Now Hardick. For Kreck, left point. Now it's Hardick again on the right side of the floor. 48-43 gone by. That pass almost stolen away by Thomas. Kreck now for Smith. Now Hardick on the right wing. Now Kreck again with a touch. They bounce it on the hop for Kremer. Now Smith at the elbow. Picks up his dribble now, trying to bounce pass inside and a reach around foul on Mason Weems, battling again for that position underneath And Kremer just a little bit stronger than Weems. That's going to be his 4th personal foul, and that is going to be the 16th foul on the Cougars. Addis will be the trigger man on the baseline for the Shoes. Underneath, he finds Kremer, who traveled, didn't call it. Shot goes up and goes in for 2 for Kremer over Jost. Thomas handing it off for Fairman, now 50-43, and this lead has matched the largest the Shoes have had of the game of 7. Thomas on the right wing. Mason Weems, left wing for Carson Fairman. Out top for Jost. He tries a 3 off a double screen straight on. Misses that one badly, and the rebound brought down by Smith. Crossover dribble. Bounces it ahead for Hardick, who gets the man screened up, but Hardick missed the layup. An outlet pass by Weems for Wimpy. And throws it back for Carson Fairman here with 6:10 to play in the 4th quarter. 4th quarter action brought to you by John Doe Studios. Left wing. Off a screen. On the left elbow. Shot no good by Wimpy, but a foul in the rebounding action as Weems went hard for the rebound. And that foul on the Wooden Shoes underneath in the action on 34. Lee Hardick, first personal, 14 foul. Fairman a trigger in the box set. Out top for Jost, who puts his head down and drives it. Floater on the right baseline for 2 for Tyler Jost. 50-45. Jost with 23, a team high. And a game high. Smith driving the other way. Weems fell over just a little too soon to try to sell it. And it's 52-45. Hand off now for Fairman. And now Fairman for Thomas. Off a screen from Jost. Left wing for Wimpy. Underneath for Jost on the left block. Now he's going to back his way down against Kremer. Jump stop kick out for Fairman. Now Jost, right wing for Wimpy, who then on a cutting Jost is fouled by Kremer, who had a hold of his jersey. With 5:13 to play here in the 4th quarter. Kremer's 3rd personal. Listen to all our broadcasts right here and everywhere at Wcxo967.com. Click on Live Sports. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel for notifications when we are on the air with all of our sports broadcasts. Braden Thomas checks in now for the Cougars for Mason Weems. Clint Weber back on for the Wooden Shoes. Fairman lobbing. Ball deflected away by Kremer. Jost then shields him up and goes and gets the ball in the backcourt. Now picks up his dribble. Now looks for help. Now goes for Fairman. 5 minutes to play in the 4th quarter, 52-45. Fairman for Simon Thomas. Off the back pick. Thomas kick out, corner, triple all the way for Wimpy. That one short, no good that time, and rebound cleared again by Weber. And Smith with a run out on the hop. Fairman with a nice steal, and then he hits the deck hard. And Fairman's made a couple of nice hustle plays tonight that have saved the layups. And it'll be Shoes ball in the out of bounds with 4:47 to play here in the 4th quarter. Lee Hardick to trigger. Underneath to Weber, who lost it momentarily, and then a whistle and a hold on Thomas. Jost got him clean up high, but they actually called it on Jost. I think he might have got the wrong number. It might have been on Thomas. I think it should have been with the hold. But instead, Jost picks up his 3rd personal and the 17th foul, so the Shoes are in the bonus now the rest of the way. So Weber at the line. First free throw all the way for him is good there, and Weber with 15 points here tonight. Wasn't even supposed to make the start, but he does. And has been a key scorer tonight for the Shoes so far. 53-45. Second free throw away. Barely grazed the rim. No good. Thomas with a nice rebound. And now the largest lead of the game sits here at 8. 53-45. Thomas going the other way. Forces some contact. Shot no good. Battle for the rebound. Cleared away by Crick. And then Crick had it almost thrown away. Oh, he almost. And Camden Wimpy trying to keep it alive in front of the scorer's desk. And he ran into the desk down there. Operated down there by Brian Short, along with Greg Cruzy, who's doing the scoreboard operations tonight. So now Crick brings it across the timeline. 4:25 to play, 4th quarter, 53-45. Crick working against Carson Fairman. Hardick on the cut with a catch at the elbow. Kick out, left wing, who ball fakes to Smith. Goes right through, then had it blocked out of the air, and a blocking foul is called on Thomas as he slams the floor in disgust. He didn't get over there quick enough. And Braden Thomas adds to his foul total. He's got 3 and 18 fouls now on the Cougars. And Smith at the line. First one of 2 for Dawson Smith is good. 54-45 with 4:14 to play in the fourth quarter. Don't forget to join Rip tomorrow morning at 9 for Talking Sports. Rip will open up the show with scores and stuff and recap from tonight's games and action from around the area. That's Talking Sports with Rip tomorrow morning here on Max. And Smith missed the second free throw, so 9-point lead now for the Teutopolis Wooden Shoes. Fairman with a couple of nice series of crossover dribbles. Now goes for Wimpy, who refuses the screen, and a whistle, a blocking foul. And Wimpy misses the easy one, but he'll go to the line. Foul there on 24, Kremer. And I think he might have been just a little late getting over. That's his 4th foul. 16 foul on the Wooden Shoes. So Wimpy at the line. First free throw on the way, and short, no good. And the Cougars tonight have been missing some free throws that they probably wish they had back. Kremer will sit with 4 fouls, and Ian Addis will come back on. Wimpy toes the stripe. Second free throw opportunity on the way. Good that time. 54-46. Lee Hardick for Kreck. Now for Addis for Smith, left elbow. Backdoor cutting. Hardick, who then lost it out of bounds, and another turnover. That's just the Shoes' first turnover of the second half, I do believe. Yeah, first one. So I told you that Jason Hansen cleaning up the turnovers at the half. They had 8 at the break, just 1 here in the second half. Wimpy now gets it for Fairman with 3:45 to play. Carson Fairman working it across now against Kreck. Goes behind the back with a dribble and a bump foul and a head check on Kreck. And that's going to mean free throws now the rest of the way for both teams. So now Carson Fairman will make the walk down to shoot some free throws. 67% on the year. 6 points a game for the senior point guard. That's the 3rd foul on Kreck. 1 and 1 for Fairman. The first end of the 1 and 1. And he gets that free throw to go. 54-47, 3:40 to play in the ball game. Teutopolis, number 5 team in Class 2A, preseason poll on top. Second free throw for Carson Fairman, too strong that time, no good. And Hardick gets the handoff as the rebound was cleared by Weber. 54-47 with 3:30 to play in the fourth quarter. Hitting a cutting Weber down the lane. Shot forced up, no good. Jost's size bothered him. And then a battle for the rebound, and Thomas came up with the loose change. So now it's Carson Fairman for Thomas, and a whistle and a timeout by Jeremy Schubert with 3:13 to play in the fourth quarter. Your Honest Water scoreboard reading T-Town 54. The Central Cougars 47. You're listening to high school boys basketball on Max 96.7.
Hello, my name is Michael Brave, Administrator of Clinton Manor Living Center in New Baden.
And my name is Cheryl Smith, Director of Nursing.
We are excited to announce that our newly remodeled nursing facility is now Medicare approved. We provide short and long-term nursing and therapy services.
Our goal is to provide a comfortable and pleasant experience for your loved one by giving you highly qualified professional services by our caring and committed team. Give us a call at 588-4924.
Isaac Auto Body in Carlisle offers quality service for a variety of vehicle-related mishaps. Since 1970, Isaac Auto Body has been there when you need them most. From accident scene recovery to 24/7 towing, give them a call at 594-2435. Isaac Auto Body's skilled collision repair team and auto body painters can make any car look as good as the day it left the dealer's lot. Isaac Auto Body is committed to providing fast, quality service on your vehicle. Find them online at isaacautobody.com.
This is Max 96.7.
Honest Water scoreboard, T-Town Wooden Shoes 54, Central Cougars 47. Simon Thomas is going to inbound on the sideline in front of the Central bench. Looks for help now, throws it for Jost, who gets a catch against Weber. Now Carson Fairman's going to get a handoff at the right point. 3:08 to play, fourth quarter, 54-47 Shoes. Fairman behind the back with a dribble. Look for a backdoor cut. Couldn't find it. Now Wimpy backs his way down. He traveled with it. And it was a late call, but Wimpy did shuffle the feet. And Smith's going to inbound on the baseline against the pressure now of the Cougars. The Cougars have now turned the ball over a grand total of 11 times. Crack working against Fairman. Now Addis. Out top for Hardick. Now Weber. Crack. Shoes continue to skip it around the perimeter. Addis, now here comes a double team coming. And hands it off with 1:35 to play, and they got a foul, and Jost does grab a hold of Ian Addis. That's Jost. Is going to be his 4th personal foul, I do believe it is. 9th team foul on the Cougars. So Ian Addis at the line here for a 1-and-1. 54-49, 1:35 to play in a 4th quarter. Spectrum Business postgame will be coming up. Final stats analysis. On into the 1-and-1. Good there. The Carlisle Union Banner presents our next broadcast. We're going to be at Althoff tomorrow night. Mater Dei will travel to Althoff tomorrow night in boys action. Knights 2-1 after finishing 2nd in their own Thanksgiving tournament. Second free throw missed there, 55-49. Fairman. Handoff for Simon Thomas. Dribbling between the legs. Looking for help. 1:20 to play. Cougars got to go here. Down by 6 with 1:20 now. You're going to use the screen for Jost. Not much of one there because Fairman's being pressured. Thomas off a couple of screens. They'll try a foul line deuce. That one's good for Simon Thomas. 55-51. Smith with a catch now against Wimpy with 1 minute to play in regulation. And a whistle on a reach-in foul, and Smith's going to go to the line on a reach-in by Wimpy. It'll be 2 free throws now the rest of the way for the Teutopolis Wooden Shoes, the number 5 team. Check that in Class 2A. So Wimpy's got his 2nd personal foul, 10th team foul, double bonus, so Smith will get 2 free throws. The first of 2 on the way for Dawson Smith is Eric Kremer back on now for Ian Addis. 58 seconds to go, 4th quarter, 56-51. Second of 2 free throws is good there as well for Smith, 57-51. And now the Cougars got to go here a little bit faster. Fairman with crossover dribble, trying to set something up here offensively, and almost had his pocket picked. And Fairman penetrate, lob inside, Jost underneath, and he gets it to go for 2 and a timeout with 43 seconds left to play. 57-54, or 57-53. Teutopolis on top of the Cougars. Jost with 27 points after he got that one to go. You're listening to high school basketball on Max 96.7.
Seaver Brothers has what you're looking for. Take a spin with Seaver Brothers and drive home in your new or pre-owned Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Dodge truck today. Let Seaver Brothers give you the car buying experience that no other dealership can offer. Seaver Brothers stands behind their products and also has an outstanding service department with qualified technicians to keep your vehicles running strong. Stop by Seaver Brothers, 811 Washington Street in Carlisle, or call 594-2624 for your next Seaver Brothers sales associate.
You're on Max 96.7.
Your honest water scoreboard here with 43 seconds left to go is the Teutopolis Wooden Shoes 57, the Central Cougars 53. Next time we'll hear the Central boys on the Max airwaves it's going to be all the way Friday, December 15th. They'll take on Carlisle. The game will be here against the Indians. Indians right now in the midst of the Kaskaskian Classic, their post-Thanksgiving tournament. So Smith's going to inbound it. Gets it in for Lee Hardick. Picks up his dribble, gets it for Smith, who's then cut off by Fairman. And a reach-in foul on Carson Fairman. That's going to be his 4th personal in the double bonus with 35 seconds left to go. And now the Shoes can salt away a victory here tonight on the road in a tough environment with free throws. But Smith misses the first of 2. Jost and Wimpy back on. Braden Thomas and Jackson Hagel sit. So offense, defense switches. Wimpy with 4 fouls, along with Jost with 4 fouls, had to sit. Now Fairman's got 4 as well for the Cougars. So Smith's second free throw toes the line on the way. That one misses a pair. And a rebound came up to by Wimpy, and Fairman's got to get going here with 30. He needs help. Off the screen, he initiates contact, forces one high up off the arc, and a whistle and a reach-in foul on Weems And the Cougars were a little stagnant to get out of the gate after that missed free throw. So now it'll be a couple of free throws, and that's going to be the end of the night for Mason Weems. He's officially Dairy Queen tonight. DQ'd 5 fouls, and Thomas will come in to replace him. Weems on the night, no points, 3 rebounds. So at the line is Kremer, 2 free throws. The first of 2. No good. So they're 0 for their last 3. The Shoes are at the line. 0 for their last 3 at the line. Kremer steps up, toe on the line with 24 seconds left to go. Cougars down by 4. Misses that one as well. So the Cougars got to get going. Fairman. Handoff. Thomas off a couple of screens. Forces it in the corner. Back for Thomas with 15 seconds. Initiates contact. Shot short. No good. Battle for the rebound. Ended up in the hands of Smith. And a run out. Weber then bounces it across for Kremer. And then he's fouled by Tyler Jones with 4.5 seconds left to go. So some late clock, late game situations are going to come back to bite the Cougars here tonight at home. 57-53, 4.5 seconds left to go. And Kremer at the line as most people here start to head for the exits. So 2 free throws coming up for Kremer. First one that good that time. And a mad line of substitutions. Gavin Hyman, Calvin Rockers, Max Campworth, Jackson Haig, and Garrett Richter all on for the Cougars. And it'll be a tough pill to swallow here for the Cougars at home. They might have felt like they might have let one slip away. They had a 5-point lead at one point, then were outscored by 6. And Haig with a shot at the horn. That one no good there. So your final score here tonight, the Teutopolis Wooden Shoes improved to 5-0 with a 58-53 road victory over the Central Cougars tonight. The Spectrum Business postgame show is coming up after this break. Get you the final stats analysis, and Carlisle Union Banner presents our next broadcast. Coming up, we'll have all that stuff for you on the other side of this break. You're listening to high school boys basketball here on Max 96.7.
The Spectrum Business postgame is coming up. This high school basketball broadcast on Max 96.7 was brought to you in part by Isaac Auto Body, Seaver Brothers Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Clinton Manor Living Center, Putker Construction, The Breeze and Trenton Dental Group, Nordyke Funeral Home, Prairie Farms Dairy, Tunya's Service Company, Fairman Garage Doors, Jansen Farm Equipment, Home Fashions, the Emmean Insurance Agency, Print Crazy, Silver Spoon Catering, and by Becker Jewelers, with locations in Breeze and Highland, and always online, BeckerJewelers.com. Get it printed with Print Crazy. Printing everything you could possibly ever need. Print Crazy for brochures, business cards, and flyers, to vehicle wraps for cars, trucks, and boats, and more, a lot more. Print Crazy for shirts and apparel, invitations, signs, doors and floors, and more. So much more. See for yourself at printcrazy.com. That's CRAZEE. Printcrazy.com on Old Highway 50 in Breeze. Call 526-9260.
Good times are waiting at Brett's Wildlife Lodge and Winery, just north of Carlisle on Route 127. There's no better place to see live music than the Brett's Outdoor Stage, hosting bands every weekend. The kitchen at Brett's opens at 3 on Monday and Tuesday. They open for lunch at 11 Wednesday through Friday, and they have breakfast Saturday and Sunday starting at 8, with dinner available daily. Brett's Wildlife Lodge and Winery is a great spot for a meeting, a party, a get-together, or just to grab a bite to eat. Call 594-8830 or go to wildlifelodgeandwinery.com.
Garages are great, and then something eventually goes wrong with your garage door. Don't just call anyone when you have a garage door problem. Call Fairman Garage Doors, providing trusted quality service for over 20 years. Locally owned and operated, Fairman Garage Doors can handle residential and commercial, and no job is too big or too small. Call 526-8548 for Fairman Garage Doors, an authorized Clopay dealer.
Ever wonder why most engagement rings in this area were chosen at Becker Jewelers? This is A.G. Becker, and it's true. Becker's is the first choice for bridal jewelry. One big reason is that no one, not even those big city stores with sky-high prices, offer you more choices than we do. I have more than 600 engagement rings in stock right now. And from the major designers like Hearts on Fire, Scott K, Gabriel, and Art Carve, to our own unique designs, Becker's has all the latest styles. Just as impressive as each amazing ring we offer is the fact that Becker's gives you all that style and all those choices, plus a bigger, more beautiful diamond in every price range. It's the combination of style and remarkable value that has made Becker's the #1 choice for 68 years.
From the basics to the incredibly unique, shop with confidence at Becker Jewelers on Main Street in Breeze, on the Square in Highland, and at BeckerJewelers.com.
You found Max 96.7.
Welcome into the Spectrum Business postgame show here tonight from Central High School. The Cougars fall to the Teutopolis Wooden Shoes tonight, 58-53. The Cougars will move to 2-3 on the season, and the Shoes will be 5-0 after tonight's game here. Cougars led after one quarter, 20-15, and then trailed at the half, 37-31. I think that's really the difference in the game. That's that quarter where the Cougars were outscored 22-11 is the difference. And the Shoes with only one turnover in the second half also, I think, really kind of staked the lead and continued to hold on or continued to play better for Teutopolis in the second half. That really staked them to this 5-point victory tonight. Now, they did miss some free throws down the stretch, and the Cougars had some late scenario issues in the game where they didn't get things organized offensively after missed free throws. So I'm sure that's something that Jeremy Schubert will get on and practice and work a little harder with. You know, something that we're only 5 games into the season. So you got to think that there's going to be some changes going to be made by the Cougars and things are going to start getting a little bit better. And then it was 48-43 after 3 quarters, and then the final tonight, 58-53. Here we take a look at the final stats for you tonight. The Wooden Shoes were 13 of 25 from 2-point field goal range, good for 52%. They hit 6 of their 11 threes for 55%. They were total 19 of 36 overall from the field for 53%, 14 of 22 at the line for 64%, 16 rebounds, 9 turnovers. 1 turnover in the second half, and you shoot above over 50% from the field, you're going to win a lot of ball games, and that's probably why the Shoes are ranked in the top 10 in Class 2A. On the other side, the Cougars 19 of 35 from 2-point field goal range. That's good for 54%. They were 2 of 6 from 3 for 33%, totaling them 21 of 41 from the field for 51%. If you shoot over 50%, you're usually going to win a lot of ball games, but the Cougars just fell a little bit short tonight. They were 9 of 14 at the free throw line for 64% with 19 rebounds and 11 turnovers to finish the night for the Cougars with them stats. We take a look here at the points breakdown. The Wooden Shoes were led by Clint Weber off the bench. He had 13 points, 8 rebounds tonight, 12 points apiece from Dawson Smith and Eric Kremer, 10 points from Lee Hardick, 4 points from Colin Funeman, 3 points for Ian Addis, and 2 points for Landon Jansen to round out the Shoes scoring tonight. On the other side, the Cougars, Tyler Jost led the way with 27 points and 6 rebounds for the Cougars. They got 13 points from Simon Thomas, 12 points from Camden Wimpy. He also had 5 rebounds. And then they got 1 free throw from Carson Fairman. So the Cougars are definitely going to have to start distinguishing more scoring throughout the team. They can't just rely on those 3 guys to do most of the scoring. They're going to have to change some things up. But like I said, 5 games into the season, they can only get better from here. The Carlisle Union Banner presents our next broadcast. Will be with the Mater Dei Knights tomorrow night. We travel to Althoff. Pregame will start about 7:30. The Knights 2-1. Althoff was 1-3 entering tonight's game at Cahokia. That game there tomorrow night, varsity time will start around 7:45. Pregame will be about 7:30. Also next week on our broadcast schedule, Monday night, we're going to have the Central and Mater Dei girls at Mater Dei High School. Pregame will start there about 7:20 on Monday night. So those are our next couple of broadcasts coming up, brought to you by the Union Banner. And that's going to do it here for us tonight at Central High School. For my statistician, Dylan Meyer, for the guy taking care of us back at WCXO Studios, Ben Koopman. T-Town 58, Central 53, your final tonight. I am Greg Myers saying so long from Central High School.
This broadcast of high school basketball on Max 96.7 and at Wcxo967.com was a presentation of Wcxo Sports. Wcxo Sports was brought to you by the Benoff Insurance Agency in Breeze and Trenton, Breeze Dental Care, K&J Chevrolet, Reverman Chiropractic and Spinal Rehabilitation and Breeze Motor Sales, Southern Bus and Mobility, Kaskaskia College, the First National Bank of Carlisle, Reekman Brothers John Deere, Southern OBGYN Associates, St. Joseph Hospital Breeze, Med Plus Physical Medicine and Brett's Wildlife Lodge, Legacy Place, State Farm Insurance Agent Steve Klosterman and Hardy's locations in Breeze and Carlisle, Breeze Family Vision, Tempo Bank, Country Financial Representatives Keith Wilkin and Teresa Richards, and Area CC Food Marts. For Greg Meyer and the rest of our Wcxo Sports team, thanks for joining us for this broadcast of high school basketball on Max 96.7. Your sports teams, your community, your radio station. This broadcast was a presentation of Wcxo Sports.